So today we're going to give you an honest review on the Vanguard Pro 96. This is Corsair's newer keyboard that came out almost the same time as the Galleon, but this came out maybe about a month, maybe 2 months beforehand. And I've had it for a little bit now and I've been using it. And yeah, today I'm going to give you that review and let you know what I think about it. And is it worth the $220 price tag that it comes with? And let's get this started. Okay, so when you take it out of the box, the first thing you notice is its smaller size. It's definitely almost the size of a TKO, it's slightly bigger, and that's due to its number pad. And I think this is a good benefit, especially for me, because I do use this keyboard both for work and play, and I do use number pads quite a bit with my work. But I do like the size of the TKO motherboard, and this is like the best of both worlds. And if I compare it to my other keyboard that is a full-size Razer Huntsman, I'll put it up here, and you can notice the big size difference. There it is right there. My other keyboard is massive. And then another good thing about this keyboard that I notice is, here's my Huntsman. You can hear the clicks. And then when I go to my other keyboard, it is way quieter. And that's because the Vanguard Pro 96 has 4 layers of sound dampening foam. So you still get a little bit of a sound, but it's not nearly as bad. So if you're on a stream or if you're, doing some sort of web activity with some friends and you're typing up, they'll have a less likely chance of hearing it. Also, coming out of the box, it comes with this plushy magnetic wrist rest. Clicks in real easy. It's pretty comfortable. Some people like it, some don't, but it's pretty nice. I don't mind it one bit. I'll take it out for video purposes though. On the side here, it has what they call the G keys, G1 through 5, and you can map those to do whatever you want. A lot of people I've read up likes to put some like Steam Deck stuff on there, or they make it some sort of hotkey for anything else. This button right here is game mode. When you press it, it turns the keyboard red and it activates other features like better actuation, maybe even faster polling. Speaking of polling, this thing does have choices of between 1,000, 4,000, and 8,000 polling, so it's highly responsive. Another good thing about this keyboard is it has Hall effect keys. So you're never going to have, I shouldn't say never, but you're definitely going to have a lot less wear and tear and very high responsiveness through the entire life of this keyboard. It does come with a knob right here so you can turn sound up and down. It also comes with a screen. And the knob can do other things besides sound, but that's just mostly what I use it for. So on the rear of the keyboard, or the back of it, it does connect through USB-C in the middle of it, and it has channels where you can route it to where you want to go. The only issue is this is a cord that it came with USB-C to USB, and it is a little on the short side. So if you buy this keyboard, you might want to go ahead and buy a longer cord. That way you can kind of do what you want with it, because until I can get my longer cord in, this is kind of limited on where I can put it. And these feet aren't very high at all. Some people like to have them feet up, some like them down. If you like to have your keyboard propped up at more of an angle, it's not going to be very high. So I don't know if you want to buy the little extenders or if you just like it as is, but that's just something to let you know about. All right, so the next part of this is I want to show you the Corsair Web Hub. And the reason why you have to use Corsair Web Hub is because this does not work with IQ at all. Not that a whole lot of the things work with IQ in general, but this actually is controlled by Corsair's Web Hub, and I actually feel that this works better. And supposedly there's going to be a firmware update down the road maybe that you can actually program and do things with the keyboard with IQ, but I'm not really looking forward to it or looking for that, because this Corsair Web Hub actually works a lot better. And all you got to do is Google Corsair Web Hub, have your keyboard plugged in, and you have to turn IQ off for this to work. So once IQ is off and it goes to this screen, you can change your lighting effects, and it's similar to IQ. You can actually change its colors, the patterns, and things like that. You can click down to key assignments. Like I explained earlier, for these G keys, you click on a key and you can assign functions to it. whatever you want. You can also do it with the mouse here, media volume, just a whole bunch of other things. That's another screen right here where you can do a similar process. You just click on one of the things, you click on assign action, and then you can assign something to it. Key actuation. So a lot like Razer does, there's a key actuation point. What you do is you can actually highlight your entire board or certain keys, and then you can actually measure out where you want the key actuation to occur. So I want to say if you're doing a lot of hardcore gaming where time matters, you can set it up to be as little as possible. I'm a little heavy-handed, so I like to keep mine at right around there. Helps me out quite a bit. Rotary dial, same thing. These are for the functions for your rotary dial. You can activate, deactivate these. I mostly only use my rotary dials for sound, and I'm playing with doing other things with it, but yeah, that's what that's for. Flash tap, that kind of helps people move and do things. I know some games don't like the flash tap feature. There's other names for it, but some people could consider this cheating. Here's the part where you can put whatever picture in the screen. And to be honest with you, if I'm playing a game, I won't be looking at the screen. I'll more than likely just be looking at my monitor. You can calibrate your keys with this function here. You can test them out here, as you see. You can just press. And then there's that game mode feature. Now this part is kind of buggy a little bit while it's in the hub, but you can set up, when you turn on the game mode, you can set up different features. So if you like certain features while you're just doing normal PC stuff or casual gaming, that's fine. But once you hit that game mode button where your keyboard turns red, it'll set up the entire way you want it for game mode. So if you're playing like Call of Duty or Battlefield 6, it'll automatically put those settings on. And then there's device settings. Here's where you can change your polling. This is not a battery powered keyboard. This is actually wire powered, and you can check for updates. So you say if you check for updates, see right here, everything's good to go because I did it earlier. And then you just hit save. And that's the Corsair Web Hub, and I honestly believe this works better than IQ. Okay, so is this keyboard worth the price tag? Is it worth the $220 USD? Yes, it is, but you know what? You can also find it on sale quite often already in the last 2 or 3 months it's been out for right around $180 plus tax, sometimes for $190. For that price point, it's definitely worth it. For $220, it's got competition. There's other keyboards out there from other companies that make great keyboards like Razer, Keychron. They make great keyboards too. What I like about this keyboard is very versatile. You got the size of a TKL pretty much, but you also have a number pad on there, so you can actually do both work and play with this thing. And you can assign, those G keys. You can make them do other things other than what they're meant for. And the web OS that you have to program it and do things is actually better working than I think IQ does. So, yes, this keyboard is worth it. I am very happily pleased with it. You just got to buy a longer cord with it. It happens, I guess. Maybe if they had another foot or two to the cord, it'd be kind of nice, but I don't know. Some people have smaller desks. I don't. I have a larger desk, so that's probably a minor gripe just for me on that end. But yes, this keyboard is definitely worth it. And if you please can, like and subscribe. I want to build a community based on positivity. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I want you guys to have a good day. Talk to you later.